I heard myself replying to something someone never said to me. Posted by Noah_IDK. So, this just happened. Around a year ago, a friend and I would hang out together almost every weekend. One day we went together to an arts gallery in this beautiful part of the city where I would always take videos. We would talk a lot, since my friend had changed schools and we didn't see each other often and wouldn't text either. But for some reason, we stopped hanging out around November or December last year. We just fell out of contact. And then we got into an argument that involved another friend. We got mad at each other and we never resolved it, and we've never talked since then. Now to the glitch. Yesterday, I was going through my Photos app because I was running out of space on my phone. I found many videos of us hanging out. I was nostalgic. So not only did I keep them, but I also uploaded them to my Google Drive. So today, when I was in the middle of a class, I got a phone call from this friend. Well, I was so weirded out. I had no idea why they would call me. All that came to my mind was that they were in trouble and needed my help. I accept the call, and I can hear many voices in the background talking vividly and some music. I get kind of scared they're in a place where they're not safe from COVID. Then I listen my friend saying the end of half a sentence. Not only that, but I listen to myself replying to it. I freak the fuck out and start asking, not screaming because I didn't want to wake up my house, "What the fuck are you doing?" Then they hang up, and I'm left with the feeling that my stomach isn't there and my head couldn't hurt more. That was some hours ago. And now I just went through our videos again, and there it was. The same background voices and music. But I pause my friend in the middle of a sentence saying, "Hold up, I'm filming." So they never finished that sentence. I never heard them saying it or something similar, and I definitely never answered to it. I'm kinda literally frozen in fear since then. What just happened? How did I hear myself? Why now? Should I be scared? Brother and myself see something different than our mom. Posted by Nomadic Sammy. One night a few years ago, my brother and my mom decided we should all go out for dinner. We chose a restaurant that shares a parking lot with a closed down movie theater. The movie theater was probably closed for a year at this point, give or take. As we were getting out of the car, my mom notices that one of the bright neon lights that surround each movie door was on and beaming bright yellow. She said she thought it was odd it would be on after all this time. My brother and I looked in and saw no lights on whatsoever. She was adamant on what she saw. We brushed it off and proceeded to get to the restaurant. Fast forward to us leaving. We're walking by the movie theater, and my brother and I look in and see that bright yellow light. We tell our mom what we see, and she shakes her head in disbelief. She said the light is not on anymore, and it's pitch dark inside. She's staring right at it, and it's off. She's shook. We're shook, so we just leave speechless. My mom is not one to make shit up like that. After discovering this subreddit, I thought this might fit in. Any thoughts? I witnessed my own car wreck 2 years earlier. Posted by Anonymous Redditor. I'm very reluctant to post this, as I've never told anyone, and I know that I wouldn't believe this if someone told me that it happened to them. But here it goes. I was driving to work one morning. It was a 75-mile drive that I only had to make about once every 2 weeks. The road has 2 lanes on both sides, separated by a large grassy area. The speed limit was 65. This next part is important. I am the person who stops to help people. All of the time. If I see you pushing your car, I stop and ask you if you need help. If your battery is dead in the Walmart parking lot, I'll ask you if I can help. I was driving to work that morning, and on the other side of the highway, I see a silver Kia Optima heading down the road. When all of a sudden, it looked as if something caused the wheel to jerk hard to the side, making the sidewalls of the tires catch the asphalt and cause the car to begin rolling. Like NASCAR rolling. I remember saying, "Holy shit," out loud, but I just kept driving. I don't know why. I just didn't turn around. This really bothered me for about 2 years. Why didn't I stop? Well, about 2 years later, I was driving home in my newish used silver Kia Optima. Then I overreacted to a dog running across the highway. I tried to remain in control, but I didn't have a chance. I began rolling violently, but peacefully from my point of view. I knew instantly what was happening, and I wasn't even able to worry about the injuries I might sustain because it seemed like minute compared to knowing that I had seen myself wreck 2 years earlier. I somehow wound up escaping with only superficial damage to myself. I now think the reason I didn't stop was because I wasn't able to, like it would have thrown things off too much. Lost time, 30 minutes. Posted by Sir_Mooch. Hello. This is one of the few posts I have ever made. I'm sorry if it isn't up to par, but I will recount as many details as I can, as this just happened 15 minutes ago. I lost 30 minutes. I currently live in a large finished flat with a full kitchen and living room. My bedroom is directly connected to the bathroom. I have a dog who acts as a household protector, so he barks and investigates any noise to a fault. Around 10:43 p.m. tonight, I got up from my desk to go to my kitchen for something. Upon entering my kitchen, I can recall nothing. I don't use any substance and rarely drink. I take Lexapro, but I haven't heard of this being a side effect. I don't have seizures, I don't have epilepsy, and I'm not older. I'm 21. The next thing I can recall is wanting to return to my room and lay down in bed. I got back to my room, picked up my phone, and noticed I had missed messages from my friends, my girlfriend. And my dog had not moved from his spot under my desk. Time when I returned was 11:25 p.m. I checked myself for cuts, bruises, temperature, and the like. I didn't go outside, raining, so I would be wet, and I didn't eat or drink anything. Nothing was missing from the fridge or pantry. I personally have never experienced lost time before and thought it was just folks misremembering with their stories. But with this happening, I am now much more aware of how they felt and how strange it is to not have 30 minutes of your life. I'm sorry if this isn't the usual post here, but anyone with similar incidents? How did you find out you were missing time, and how much did you lose? The day I met myself. Posted by Aramesador. A decade ago, I was really depressed. My brother took me on a road trip that ended on an islet. There he went on to take some pictures, and I was left alone facing a cliff and smoking my cigarettes. I thought to myself, what the heck? I should just take a step forward and end it all. I went on and looked down the cliff where I could see the sea raging against the rocks. Yeah, that would do it, I thought, in silence. Then someone behind me told me to stop. I looked back expecting to see my brother. That person surely sounded like him. To my surprise, it was someone exactly like me, except he was wearing a green hoodie. He came in my direction. He looked tired and sad. He took the cigarette from my hand and gave it a puff. Go find your brother. I'll finish it here. I felt as if all my sadness was being taken away, as if I could finally breathe again. He gestured me to go. At the moment I was leaving, he told me to buy a hoodie. It gets real cold where you're going. I looked back at the edge of the cliff, but he was gone. Later that week, already in another town, I felt strong enough to go out for the first time in a long while. I went to a mall to eat something. At the first store, there it was. The same green hoodie my other self was wearing. For sale. I bought it and I use it from time to time as a memento. I call it my hoodie of changing ways. This is one of those stories people find hard to believe, and I understand it. I never told anyone about this before now. People tend to think of me as a crazy man, knowing the little I let them know about me. What I do know is whatever he was, glitch, time traveler, ghost, or doppelganger, that other me sure saved my life that afternoon. And the only way I have to thank him is keep living a good, honest life. I've been receiving some real aggressive messages because of this story. So I'm going to include some considerations here as a postscriptum. I believe what I saw on that cliff, for me, it was real without a doubt. But although unlikely due to the lack of posterior symptoms, one might consider the possibility of this being a psychotic episode triggered by depression. I have enough maturity to admit that it is possible. Thinking scientifically, that is the most likely answer. Yet nobody owns the truth nor can decide in name of others what is real and what is not. This is an individual choice. I believe what I lived and how it changed my life. If you don't, well, you are free to believe whatever you want. Downvote the story, report it. It's okay. Even if this thread goes down, I will still stand saying that this is what happened. Want to discuss it? I'm here, open to debate. Be polite and forgive my poorly written English. This is not my primary language. Want to come all aggressive calling me names? Well, I won't talk to you because I follow the rules of the internet and don't feed trolls. Possible future. Posted by Polygon 300. Back in 2016, I was watching the movie Bridge of Spies. I was sitting on the carpeted floor of my room. It was warm and I was feeling weird or slightly depressed. The credits started to roll and I was absent-mindedly looking down, just sort of spacing out. I had this weird medallion thing that I had created with part of a small quartz crystal sitting nearby. Suddenly I look up and I see my room, but different. The carpet is gone and there's hardwood. There's an official-looking desk and a small rolling book cart like from an old library. The walls have been painted white. There's a thermostat on the wall outside my room, and it's circular like the old vintage ones. The floor in the hall is wood as well, and the whole house is cold and the lights are off. I see someone dressed in a suit and tie walk up. I can't remember if it was me or my father that I saw. Maybe both. It was super strange because I got the feeling it was very real. What's more, my father just started putting in hardwood last year. He hasn't made it to my old room yet, but when he does, I guess we'll see.